Good morning, everybody. John Bingham here with Guitars, Gear, and Music Tech, and I'm going to show you how to build a Warmoth guitar that's going to be the equivalent of a custom shop guitar with some really cool features. And all in, it's going to cost you maybe $1,100 depending on your features, but generally I try and keep them under $1,000, and that's what we're going to do right now. Let's hit the website and see what we can do. All right. So we're just reloading fresh. My cart is going to be emptied. We can just clear it with this fancy little button. Clear all items. Okay, our shopping cart is empty. They're advertising the Godot 510 Tremolo. I highly advise, if you're a Strat player, using these. These are absolutely fantastic bridges. You can see the arm assembly here. By the way, we're going to use this bridge to build this particular guitar. This arm assembly, this collar here, is amazing. The arm pops down into it, but then it screws in at the bottom because the bottom is threaded. Then on top of that, you can't see it in this picture, but back here, there's a little Allen screw that sets how tight your arm is going to be. But, you know, I like to tighten mine up a little bit so there's no play in the arm. That way, everything that I do is deliberate and there's no slop. All right, let's build a body. So you want a custom shop guitar, you've got a lot of options here. Fender styles, some more unique styles. They call this the Nomad. I call it an Explorer. This is kind of an ESP Viper sort of a style. A little bit of a Les Paul style, Paul Reed Smith style, Jerry Garcia style. We got a bunch of Fender type styles here. And you can go down even further. All kinds of stuff going on. It'd be fun to build a V one of these days, or maybe a Star guitar and just get real 80s with it. But for now, since most of you guys like your conservative guitars, your Strats and Pauls and Tellys, we're going to build a Stratocaster. So I'm going to use a solid guitar. I don't want to chamber it. I want it to be light, but I don't want it to be that light. Assuming we're right-handed, we're going to go ahead. The two traditional styles here would be Swamp Ash or Alder for your build. You can see that they're $175 each. Let's do Swamp Ash just for the sake of it. Laminate top or not, you can see there's an added price for doing a lamb top. I'm going to do a solid color, so I'm not going to worry about that. And that also means I don't have to worry about fancy wood because we're doing solid color. That's what this page is. It's all fancy laminates. Top route, rear route. Rear route's going to be an additional charge, but I'm not going to do single coils, so I'm going to go ahead and rear route. And you can see that adds to your price total right here on the screen. I'm going to go a little different with this. We're going to build like a Charvel style shredder guitar. You can add a 24 fret reposition, which moves this humbucker a little bit down and allows for you to have a 24 fret neck on that guitar, which adds a little bit more fretboard overhang. Anyways, I'm a 22 fret guy, so I'm going to leave that alone. You can choose your Strat style controls. If you select everything, you can see it looks like a Strat control. I'm going to get rid of the middle tone. In reality, I don't even use tone 2, but I'm gonna keep it there this time. All right. We've got the option to do hardtail or tremolo. I said I would do the Godot 510, so I will. But look at the options you have for a hardtail. Flat mount bridge, 12-string bridges, two pneumatics, all kinds of good stuff. Let's do a tremolo. Let's do a Godot 510. It's going to ask you if you want to use the studs that you're installing from the bridge that you have on order from Warmoth. We're not going to order the bridge from Warmoth because we're going to find that bridge a lot cheaper. All right, so we're ready to go. The guitar's almost built. I'm going to put a side jack in it. I like football plates, so I'm going to use 7/8 to give myself plenty of room. And just like that, we're mostly done. Strat-shaped pocket. Here you've got the option to do a 3-bolt pocket like a 70 Strat. No mounting holes at all if you prefer not to have them. No mounting holes with an index hole only. I'm not entirely sure what the index hole is for. To be honest, let's read about it. The index hole doesn't go all the way through the body, and it's not visible in the neck pocket area. Yeah, I don't know why you'd want that. So I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to do a standard 4-bolt, just like a regular old Strat. Now here's some cool options. You automatically get the forearm contour. You automatically get the tummy cut. But you can also do a contoured heel, which is going to be like an American Deluxe Stratocaster. Or I think Jackson's all use this sort of a thing. They basically strip out some material right through here. And that's all that is. I like that feature, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to my price total. Here we've got the option to add trapdoors for battery boxes if you're using Fishman Fluence or Seymour Duncan Blackouts or EMGs. I'm going to skip that. Let's see. We've got solid colors, clear coats, transparents, bursts, all kinds of stuff. I don't think I'm going to want this particular burst on my Ash guitar, but you can see you've got some cool choices to deal with. I'm going to do I want to do like a candy tangerine maybe? That's kind of neat looking. Nah, we're going to build the guitar that nobody will build that I want to build. We're going to go Sonic Blue. You can see the price total now for the finished body is $425. The body is pretty much done. Let's add it to the cart. There we go. Body is in the cart, and there's our price. But you know what we need to do now? You guessed it. We're going to get a neck. We're going to do a Strat neck. You're going to have different options for your Strat neck. Modern style gets you a double expanding truss rod. And when they say modern features and playability, we can click that, and it'll tell you everything that's going on here. So, anyways, you basically get some cool stuff here. You get 25.5-inch scale length. You get the double expanding truss rod, the adjustments on the side of the neck, which is awesome. You also get a 12 to 16-inch radius stock, which is a really, really good feeling compound radius. So that's the method I am going to choose. Modern construction. It's going to be a good feeling neck. Now, normally I would do like a Wenge neck because I really like it, but I'm going to keep this one a bit more traditional. But I don't want it to be too boring, so I'm going to do bird's eye. Just to have something pretty to look at. So there we've got a bird's eye neck with a bird's eye fingerboard. And the reason I want to do a bird's eye fingerboard is because Fender only makes their Sonic Blue guitars with rosewood fingerboards, and I've always wished that they would make one with a maple fingerboard. So I'm going to make one. That's the whole point of Warmoth. Give you options that you can't get from the big guys. I also like a 1 11/16" nut. Fender Stratocasters are normally 1 5/8. Gibsons are generally 1 11/16. It's my preference, and I'm allowed to pick that because, again, this is what Warmoth is good for. Let's get weird with it. Let's go right-handed reverse headstock. So it's going to be a traditional Strat, but it's going to have an upside-down headstock just because we can. Neck profile. You've got some profile options here. The Wolfgang is going to be an asymmetrical neck shape. Wizard's going to be super thin. Standard thin's like a medium C. SRV is it's a big round neck, and again, I think it's asymmetrical. The Fatback is going to be like a no-caster. Clapton's going to be a hard V. The boat neck will be like a soft V. The 59 roundback will be like a Les Paul 1959. I like a medium C. I'm just going to go for that. You can see here, Fretboard Radius. It automatically comes with a 10 to 16-inch compound radius. Now, we can upcharge ourselves by changing the radius. Say you want a PRS radius. They are going to upcharge you. You can see there. Maybe you want a Gibson radius. Should be the same. I think all of the radius upcharges are identical. You can get ridiculous like an Ibanez or a Jackson. And there you go, straight 16. I really like the 10 to 16 compound. It's a great radius because it feels good for chording and it feels good for playing leads in big bends, and 0 upcharge, so that's kind of awesome. 22 frets, yes. Do we want a scallop? No, we don't want a scallop. What are we, Ingve? All right, what else do we have here? Binding. You can add binding. It's kind of expensive, and I got to be honest with you. If you have a bolt-on guitar, you should not be binding the neck on a bolt-on guitar. It doesn't look that good. It looks out of place. Set neck all day long, but I don't like bolt-ons with binding, so I'm going to leave that alone. Fret size. This is important. For me, it's either 6100s or 6105s, but they give you the option to go stainless as well. Stainless frets, you get them done once, they never wear out, so it's a cool option, and it's not much of an upcharge. Let's pick 6100 stainless, $20, and you never have to get your frets dressed after that. The first time you're done, that's it. All right, tuner. You can see here we've got a lot of options for tuners. I prefer vintage Kluson style locking tuners that Godo makes, so I'm going to select that ream. It's important to note that they only drill the holes for the tuners themselves. They do not drill the pilot holes for the tiny screws that hold the tuners into the back of the headstock. You're going to have to do that yourself. As long as you know how to work a pencil, a measuring tape, and a drill, you're going to be fine. It's not that difficult. Inlays. It's a traditional Strat neck. We're going to keep it that way. Black dots will work just fine. String nut. I like Graphtec. I think Graphtec makes nice stuff. It's slippery material, so you don't get a lot of binding. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Standard Graphtec nut. And that already comes slotted. You may have to do a little bit of tweaking to it if you use a heavier string gauge or something like that. But for the most part, it already comes done and set up pretty nice. So for $30, not a bad deal. Finish. All right, you've got options here. How about we do clear satin nitro? It's going to be an $80 charge. So now bear in mind, we don't have to do this. We can save the money on this, and we can do a true oil finish on the neck, or we can do an oil and wax finish like Music Man does. There's options here. But if you don't feel like doing that, if you want to save the hours of finishing at home, you can bite the bullet and go $80, and there you go. You're done. Me, on the other hand, I like to finish it myself because I've got true oil and I've got a little bit of time I can do it. So let's go for it. All right, add to cart. Let's see where we stand. Right now, we've got $668, and I think our overall budget was upwards of $1,100, but we're trying to keep it under $1,000. All right, let's go to hardware. We're not buying our bridge, and we're not buying our pickups from Warmoth, and I will show you why. I'll just show you right now. We want the Godo because the Godo rules. They want $140 for that Godo. Check this out. We're going to go to eBay and get a Godo 510 Tremolo. All day long, you can get this bridge, same exact bridge, for $89, $75. There's just no reason to pay the premium. It's the same exact product. Like, legitimately the same exact product. This is not a knockoff or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to be fine. Let's see about pickups. Let's say you want to use Seymour Duncan 59s. See what kind of pricing we can find on 59s. Now you can get pre-owned pickups down to like 50, looks like 40, $43 on eBay. We'll say new. Let's say new other, because this is usually a way that companies will get past like required street prices and things like that. All right, so here's a Pearly Gates Plus and a 59 set. That one's that's pretty cool. Okay, so you can see what pickup prices are. They're not too much cheaper than you get anywhere else, but You got a lot of options here. Different colors, and it will save you a few bucks. Anyways, let's get back to Warmouth. All right. Our cart is intact. Hardware. Okay. Let's get all of our parts here because it's available, and honestly, the parts aren't that bad. I think their pickup prices are a bit unruly, but that's all right. So let's see what we're going to do. We'll add one of those babies. Add one of these. All right. So now we've got our volume and tone. We need to put our volume and tone on something. Let's just finish the knobs and tips right now. All right. So we've added all that. What else do we need? Mounting rings for humbuckers. Oh, let's do chrome on this guitar. I've been doing gold lately for some reason, but we're going to do chrome on this one, and we're going to get 2 of them. Those rings come with the screws, so you're good there. We need pots. Let's get a pair of 500K pots. Okay, we're almost done with the pickup mounting and electronics here. We need caps too. Oh, dee-do. Let's find them. Guitar parts. Caps. All right. Easy peasy. If you don't have any copper shielding, you really don't need it that much because we're going to do a good job wiring and grounding, but if you insist, go ahead. There we go. We've got that. We need a jack and a jack plate. Boy, we're flying through. Like I said, we're going chrome this time. And just like that, all of our wiring parts are done. So we need the rest of our hardware for construction. Let's do strap buttons. Depending on what kind of strap buttons you want. I just use the regular ones these days. I use the Dunlop and the Schaller locking strap locks for years. And I don't think I've ever really honestly needed them. Regular old strap buttons have worked fine. I've never dropped a guitar. Now that I'm telling you this, I'm going to drop one this weekend. All right. So we're mostly done. What are we missing? We're missing neck screws and a neck plate. All right, so let's get neck screws. Now remember, we built this with a contoured neck heel. Neck screws. So luckily, they are smart enough to sell us a contoured heel set. You can see that. 2 longer and 2 shorter. The longer ones go on the back, the shorter ones go on the front. And we're going to go ahead and add that. And again, we need that neck plate, so we got to find a neck plate. Where are the neck plates? There they are. Come on now. All right. Neck plate. Boom. Added. All right. All right, so what we need now is pickups, bridge, tuning keys. So 727 here. I'm going to write this down so I can remember. 727 and 85 cents is our total budget. Our total expenditure from Warmouth to get the bulk of our guitar. I'm doing some quick math here. 5. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. 120. Okay, so we have $382.15 left over to buy a bridge, to buy pickups, and to buy tuning keys. And then our guitar is done. That would bring us to exactly $1,100. All right, let's see what we can do. We're going to hit up eBay. From eBay. We want that Godot 510 Tremolo. Dang. You can buy this right now for $75.99. Okay, so $76 plus $6 shipping brings us to $82. So I'm going to subtract that from that. Now we have $315 left over. We need 2 humbuckers. What do you guys want to use? How about we use the most famous pickup set of all time? Seymour Duncan Hot Rodded Humbucker set. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's a JB and a Jazz. But you're going to want Trembuckers. Because we're using a tremolo. Let's see what we got. Do we have these as Trembuckers? There's got to be a good way to do this. Trembucker set. All right. Yikes, they're saying $150 for that set, whereas you can buy the standard humbucker set for $119. I feel like you could probably do a little better than this with some investigation. Oh, and there's some people on here that have or best offer. So you could probably tell them I'll give you $140 for it and they'll take it. So anyway, let's just use the real price so that we're not screwing around. Minus $158 for the pickups. And that's going to bring us to $142.15 left over. You get a pretty sick set of tuning keys for that. Go to locking Clouson. Come on. Oh, I should spell things right. Boom. Go to locking post. Vintage tuners. This is the one. This is the baby right here. Comes complete. Price $54. Shipping free. Okay. So you buy that. All right, everybody. So at Warmouth, we spent $727 to build a Sonic Blue Strat, routed for 2 humbuckers and a Godot bridge. We bought all the parts for the guitar from Warmouth, and our total price to build that guitar was $727.85. Then we had to buy the bigger components, the more expensive components. So we went to eBay, and we found the Godot bridge for $82 after shipping. We found the hot rodded humbucker set for $158. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you can do better than that. And then we found the tuning keys for $54 for the locking tuning keys. This brings us to $88 left out of our $1,100, which means that we spent $1,012 to build a completely unique custom shop guitar that has stainless steel frets, bird's eye maple neck and fingerboard, locking tuners, the best tremolo bridge that you can buy. Big name humbuckers. You could have chosen anything you want for that, but big name humbuckers, CTS pots. This, if your budget was $1,100, you could even be ridiculous and go out and buy a Bumblebee cap, which I don't see the point. But some people, you know, they want to spend $20 on a capacitor that they probably won't be able to hear. So go ahead. Go out and buy it. You still have money left over. You have so much money left over, you could still buy a hard shell case for this guitar, and you're still just at around $1,100. So this is how I do it. This is exactly how I do it. It's really not that difficult to solder. You know, get yourself a soldering iron. I mean, a guitar pickup is at most it's a 4-conductor, so you're dealing with 2 coil tap wires. You're dealing with a hot and a ground, and that's it. So wiring up your guitar it's not rocket science. It's really, really easy. There's 2 wires going between the jack and the pickup circuit, a hot and a ground. It's just so simple. If you can wire it up, you save yourself a lot of money. I assume most of you can use a screwdriver, and as long as you can do that, I mean, that's the crux of it. So anyways, yeah, for $1,100, we just built a completely custom guitar. Anyway, I hope this helps you find your way through Warmoth and building your own custom guitar and finding a feature set that's really, truly uniquely you, that gives you like some real satisfaction as a player. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out and let me know how the builds come. I'll talk to you later, everybody.